The entire history of ancient Egypt. The story of ancient Egypt is one of the most compelling sagas in human history. Spanning over 3,000 years, this civilization flourished along the Nile River, building monumental architecture, pioneering complex societal structures, and leaving an indelible legacy on the world. From its humble beginnings in the pre-dynastic period to the grandeur of the New Kingdom and eventual integration into the Roman Empire, ancient Egypt's history is a rich tapestry of innovation, conquest, religion, and culture. Pre-dynastic and early dynastic periods, circa 6000 to 2686 BCE. Before the rise of pharaohs, Egypt was home to scattered Neolithic communities. These early groups thrived near the fertile banks of the Nile, practicing agriculture, fishing, and pottery. Around 3100 BCE, the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt by King Narmer, or Menes, marked the beginning of the dynastic era. He established Memphis as the capital and laid the foundation for centralized governance. Old Kingdom, 2686 to 2181 BCE. Age of the Pyramids. The Old Kingdom is best known for its architectural marvels, especially the pyramids. Pharaoh Djoser's Step Pyramid at Saqqara, and the Great Pyramids of Giza under Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure exemplify the engineering prowess of this era. The concept of divine kingship flourished, and the pharaoh was seen as a god-king. The Old Kingdom eventually collapsed due to economic strain, climate change, and internal strife, leading to the First Intermediate Period. First Intermediate Period, 2181 to 2055 BCE. This was a time of political fragmentation, with competing dynasties in Heracleopolis and Thebes. Despite the instability, art and literature continued to evolve. Theban rulers eventually overcame their rivals, paving the way for the reunification of Egypt. Middle Kingdom, 2055 to 1650 BCE. Mentuhotep II is credited with reunifying Egypt, ushering in a period of stability, administrative reform, and cultural renaissance. Pharaohs like Senusret III expanded Egypt's borders and reinforced central authority. This period saw increased trade, improved irrigation, and a flourishing of literature and religious practice. Second Intermediate Period, 1650 to 1550 BCE. The Hyksos, a Semitic people from Western Asia, seized control of Lower Egypt, introducing new technologies such as the horse-drawn chariot and composite bow. Native rulers in Thebes resisted and eventually expelled the Hyksos under Ahmose I, initiating the New Kingdom. New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BCE, Egypt's Golden Age. The New Kingdom marked the zenith of Egypt's power and wealth. Pharaohs such as Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Rameses II left enduring legacies. Hatshepsut ruled as a female pharaoh, promoting trade expeditions and monumental architecture. Thutmose III, often called the Napoleon of Egypt, expanded Egypt's empire through successful military campaigns. Akhenaten attempted to shift Egypt to monotheism, worshipping Aten, which disrupted traditional religious structures. Tutankhamun reversed Akhenaten's reforms and is most famous today for his well-preserved tomb. Ramesses II led numerous military campaigns and commissioned grand temples, including Abu Simbel. The Battle of Kadesh and the world's first recorded peace treaty with the Hittites stand out in this era. However, overextension and internal challenges eventually weakened the kingdom. Third Intermediate Period, 1070 to 664 BCE. Following the New Kingdom, Egypt fell into political disunity. Foreign powers such as the Libyans and Nubians gained influence. The 25th dynasty, founded by Nubian kings, brought a brief revival, but Egypt remained vulnerable to external threats. Late Period, 664 to 332 BCE. The Sate dynasty, based in Sai, attempted to restore Egypt's former glory. However, repeated invasions by the Persians turned Egypt into a satrapy of the Achaemenid Empire. Although briefly independent again, Egypt was ultimately conquered by Alexander the Great. Ptolemaic period, 332 to 30 BCE. After Alexander's death, his general Ptolemy established the Ptolemaic dynasty. Alexandria became a major center of learning and culture. The dynasty blended Greek and Egyptian traditions. Cleopatra VII, the last Ptolemaic ruler, allied with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony. Her defeat by Octavian Augustus led to Egypt becoming a Roman province. Religion and culture. Religion was central to Egyptian life. The gods embodied natural and moral principles. Temples were not only places of worship, but centers of economic and political power. The afterlife played a significant role, evidenced by elaborate burial customs, including mummification and tomb building. Hieroglyphic writing, monumental architecture, and achievements in medicine, astronomy, and mathematics highlight Egypt's contributions to human knowledge. The Rosetta Stone later allowed modern scholars to decipher hieroglyphs, opening new understandings of ancient texts. Famous archaeological discoveries. One of the most significant archaeological discoveries in Egypt is the Valley of the Kings, a royal burial ground used primarily during the New Kingdom. Located on the west bank of the Nile near Luxor, the valley contains over 60 tombs of pharaohs and nobles, including that of Tutankhamun. Discovered by Howard Carter in 1922, Tutankhamun's tomb astonished the world with its intact treasures and the famous gold funerary mask, offering an unparalleled glimpse into ancient burial practices and artistry. Another vital site is Abu Simbel, a pair of massive rock temples built by Ramesses II. These temples were relocated in the 1960s to prevent submersion from the Aswan High Dam project, showcasing modern efforts to preserve ancient heritage. The Great Sphinx and the Pyramids of Giza remain enduring symbols of Egyptian ingenuity and spiritual beliefs. Other crucial discoveries include the Temple of Karnak, the Book of the Dead papyri, and numerous stelae and artifacts now housed in museums worldwide. These discoveries not only illuminate the grandeur of Egypt's past, but also continuously inform modern understanding of history, art, religion, and daily life in one of the world's greatest civilizations. Legacy of Ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt's legacy is profound. Its monuments, such as the pyramids and the Sphinx, continue to inspire awe. Its art, religion, and ideas have influenced countless generations. The civilization's longevity and achievements make it a cornerstone of world history. From its emergence along the Nile to its incorporation into the Roman Empire, ancient Egypt's history is one of resilience, innovation, and cultural richness. The story of its pharaohs, gods, and everyday people continues to captivate the world, offering lessons and wonders from a time long past.